What's up, boys? I got some more NFL plays for you guys over on prizepicks. If you guys are on prizepicks, definitely recommend joining. Link is down in the description. 100% deposit match up to $100 using my code DOMG. However, I have a play of the day for you guys yet again. So we're doing two play of the days so far for this NFL slate here on Sunday. And we've been killing on play of the days. 16-2 on MLB play of the days, 1-0 on NFL play of the days. So we are combined 17-2 when it comes to play of the days between all sports. We've also been killing it just in general for NFL already, and also MLB. We've had back-to-back sweeps on MLB. So if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon for MLB, back-to-back sweeps, $11.99 a month for that. NFL is $10.99 a month, or you guys can get everything. That includes MLB, NBA regular season, and also NFL regular season. So every single regular season for MLB, NFL, NBA for $15.99 a month, or you guys can just get NFL for $10.99 or just MLB. But again, back-to-back sweeps for MLB. In the last 3 NFL days, we are 12-3-1. And there's 10 plus plays already up on the Patreon right now. So there's more than 10 plays on the Patreon right now, which are all ranked by favorites, by the way. So more than 10 plays, all ranked by my favorite, up on the Patreon right now, only for $10.99 a month. Or again, you guys can get all sports for $15.99 a month. So really, it's a pretty solid deal compared to some of the other guys out there. I see people posting their stuff for $20 a month. Mine is just $10.99 a month for NFL. So link is in the description for that. PrizePicks link down in the description for that. And just finally, make sure you guys leave a like on the video and subscribe. Really long intro. Sorry for that, but we're going to hop in here and talk about a play of the day. I'll cover my old plays from yesterday's video, by the way, as well. So I'll cover that as well. But make sure you guys tail at your own risk, and we'll hop in. I got 2 plays for you guys in today's video. We're going to save the play of the day for last, but let's hop into the first play here. This is going to be from the Detroit Lions, actually. I like this prop quite a bit here. He's got a monster hit rate, and I think he'll have a pretty good game again here. So it's actually going to be a receptions prop here on the NFL board. I believe this prop is probably only available on PrizePicks. I haven't seen any other site with it. By the way, tons of value on PrizePicks. I already said it, but it's not for PrizePicks. Links in the description below. There's tons of value all over the board, whether for every single sport. Seriously, it's crazy how much value is on the board. But we'll take a look here at a player prop here. This is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6 receptions. So 6 receptions is a bit of a high number. However, he's hit this plenty of times here. So if you guys take more of a look into this prop here, which we will take more of a look into this, but he's a plus 106 to go over 6.5 receptions. And he's at 6 on PrizePicks. So pretty solid freaking value right there. So you guys have a little bit of cushion with the potential push at 6 receptions. But he's had 7 straight games with 8 plus catches. And he just needs 6 for the push, 7 to hit. 7 straight games with 8 plus receptions. So Jared Goff is loving some Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jameson Williams will still be out, so there's not really a change too much in the Lions receiver core. So I'm definitely liking the spot a lot here. Good odds, good hit rates, and it should be a pretty good matchup as they're going against the Commies, the Washington Commanders. So Amon-Ra St. Brown game log right here, you guys can see 7 straight games with 8 plus catches. 8, 8, 8, 9, 8, 8, and 10. So against Philly, Green Bay, Seattle, Atlanta, Arizona, Denver, and Minnesota, some of which have some pretty solid defenses. Green Bay is kind of a solid defense. Denver had kind of a solid defense last year. So I'm liking the spot a lot here for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he should be able to get it done here in this game here. So I don't think the receiving yards is a bad look either, especially if he's going to have 6 catches. He's gone over his yards plenty of times too, as you guys can see. I believe he's like 60 and a 60 something. We'll take a look here. We'll search his name up real quick with the PrizePicks search function. But yeah, 62.5 receiving yards. So that's not a bad look either. He's cashed this again in 7 straight games. So I'm liking a lot of Amon-Ra St. Brown here to go over his receptions here. So yeah, he's in a pretty good spot, man, I would say, against the Washington Commanders. So you guys can just take a look at his hit rate. I like the odds on this too for the potential push. So I'm liking the spot a lot here for Amon-Ra St. Brown. There is pretty high push potential, but again, he's gone over in 7 straight games, so I'm liking the spot a lot for him. But let's move on to the play of the day here. There's actually also going to be a receptions prop here, and I've not seen this as low as it is on PrizePicks anywhere else. So make sure you guys join if you guys have not already. Available in most states, by the way. But Cordarrelle Patterson over 2 receptions. This is my second play of the day for this NFL slate. I'll talk about my first one in a second. It was in yesterday's video and over on the Twitter. By the way, if you guys want play of the days pretty much earlier, not earlier than Patreon. Patreon gets everything first, but also over on Twitter, I usually post the play of the days first before the videos. Go follow me on Twitter, DOMG Props. But Cordarrelle Patterson over 2 receptions here. I love this spot. He's a minus 135 to go over 2.5 receptions. So he's favored to go over 2.5. Yet there's push potential on PrizePicks with him at 2 receptions. He's hit this in 73% of games between this season and last season. He had 3 last games, so he's already hit this season in his 1 game. And I'm also expecting Atlanta to be down in this game quite a bit. I mean, they're really, I think it's like the Rams are favored by 9 points in this game, 9 or 10 points. So they're really expecting the Falcons to be down, having to throw the ball a lot. Cordarrelle Patterson is a receiving back. He should be getting those, especially 3rd down carries. Well, not third down carries, hopefully. It should be third down catches. He should be that check down guy that Atlanta's going to go to. They do have some other receiving backs there. I like to have the running back from the Bears. But, yeah, he's a kind of receiving back too. But I like Cordarrelle Patterson for sure to go over these receptions here. I think he can definitely get 2. I'd be shocked if he only had 1 reception in a game where they should be throwing the ball a lot, because they should be down a lot to the Rams here. So I'm loving Cordarrelle Patterson's spot here. I think you should definitely go over these receptions, or at least push this, but make sure you guys take your own risk and look into these more on your own. But Cordarrelle Patterson, I'm loving the spot for him here. Again, he's a minus 135 to go over 2.5 receptions on the sports books. Yet he's at 2 on prizepicks. So great value nonetheless, even if it doesn't hit. Still great value. I personally will be playing this. I'm just showing you guys that I like. Looking these more on your own, do your own research. But that's my second play of the day. The first play of the day, by the way, which I again talked about yesterday in yesterday's video. Make sure you guys subscribe and have your post notifications on. But I like Lamar Jackson over 7.5 rushing attempts. I don't know how this has not been bumped yet. Usually prizepicks bumps these pretty freaking fast, I will say. But they're leaving Lamar Jackson on the board at 7.5 rushing attempts. I've seen him at 9 on other sites. I've seen him at 8.5 on other sites. He's at 7.5 on prizepicks, and he is favored to go over 8.5 last time I checked. He was like a minus 130 or something like that to go over 8.5. Yet he's 7.5 on prizepicks. He's hit this on 100% of his home games last season. So 100% at home last season. He's at home today against the Miami Dolphins. So I'm liking Lamar Jackson over his rushing attempts for sure. I have probably way too many units on Cordarrelle Patterson over 2 receptions with Lamar over 7.5 rushing attempts. So I might be down just a little bit bad if those two don't hit. But I'm pretty confident in these play of the days. But we'll see. I'm not saying to do that, but looking these more on your own. The second play from yesterday's video, by the way, not a play of the day or anything, but it's right in the middle of my rankings pretty much, is Trey Lance under 199.5 passing yards. They're expecting some rain in San Fran for this game. You guys saw what Trey Lance did in the monsoon last time around. Should be monsoon this time. But 49ers are already a really heavy run team, so I expect them to run the ball even more if the conditions are what they're expected to be in San Francisco. So they're already a run-first team. I know they don't have Eli Mitchell, but Kyle Shanahan does not care. He just likes to run the ball. So I'm expecting them to do a lot of running, especially with a second-year guy in Trey Lance. So I'm loving Trey Lance here, under 199.5 passing yards here. So yeah, I'm liking the spot a lot for Trey Lance to go under those passing yards in the spot here against these Seattle Seahawks. So that's another one of the plays that was from yesterday's video. So I have 4 plays that you guys are getting for free here. Again, there's 10 plus over on the Patreon right now. But Trey Lance under 199.5 yards. Lamar over 7.5 rushing attempts. Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6 receptions. And Cordarrelle Patterson over 2 receptions. Those are my 4 plays I'm giving you guys for free in these videos. But Tom Brady over half an interception is my official lean. So I like him over an interception here. He's hit this in 4 out of his last 5 games against New Orleans. So I'm liking the spot for him to go over his interceptions against New Orleans. Just a lean for me, not an official play or anything like that. It's not on my 11 plays that I have over on the Patreon right now, but I do think Tom Brady has a really good spot to go over his interceptions. He's a minus 133, so it's really good odds here. So I'm liking Tom Brady over his interceptions. He threw one against Dallas last week, so he's already hit once this season. So I'm liking the spot for him to go over his interceptions against New Orleans in this spot. So that's a couple of my plays right there for you guys. I think Matt Gay will have a pretty good week if you guys want to play some kickers. They could end up kicking some field goals here, over 1.5 field goals made. I think they'll just probably destroy. He'll put up a couple points, his fantasy score might not be a bad spot, although I think 9 is definitely a little bit high. But I think you could definitely have a pretty good game when it comes to kicking. We cashed on a kicker last week, by the way, Greg Joseph for the Vikings. So we did pretty good with kicker props last time around. But I've also been messing around. If you guys are on Patreon, you guys know this, but I've been messing around with the sacks right here. I've been kind of liking sacks a little bit, man. We're gonna mess around with these this week. I like a lot of these different sack props right here, especially the guys that are like 3 or over. I think that's just, they're really outdoing a lot of these. I can see the Raiders and the Bengals at 3 sacks. I think a lot of these are definitely blown out of proportion. The Bills at 3, Packers 3.5. I think the Packers at 3.5 are the highest on the board. There might be someone that ties them, but the Rams are at 3.5 against Atlanta. So some of them are pretty fair, but other ones are a little bit high, I'd say, for sure. So if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon, though, you guys can check that out. DOMG props, the link is down in the description below. You guys can get MLB, where we've had back-to-back sweeps. You guys can get NFL, where we were 12-3-1 in the last 3 NFL days. You guys can check that out if you guys want. You guys can get all sports $59.99. That includes NBA regular season. And that's going to do it, man. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn those post notifications on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.